Today we're doing some walleye fishing, and this was actually a bit of a scouting mission before a guide trip, and I got the bite kind of figured out towards the end of the day. It took me a little while since I hadn't been on the lake for a long time, hadn't had a chance to really figure out that bite, so this was a good opportunity to scout, really play with some techniques, play with some places to fish, really find them for the next day when I've got clients in the boat, and that's exactly what we did. I want to go over a few pieces of equipment before we dive into this video. I want to give you guys a little bit more intel on what I was fishing and why I was fishing it. So first off, I started the day dragging some jigs, and so what I like to use is I've got a wide assortment of jigs that I use. Sometimes they're just regular jigs like this. You know, this is a hammerhead from VMC. It's a live bait hook. We got some moon eyes. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I was using some 1/4 ounce and some 3/8 ounce jigs with night crawlers, half of a night crawler on the back. And so I was just dragging those on the bottom, kind of floating them up there a little higher, dragging them tight to the bottom, just trying to see what the fish were wanting to do. And so that was a really effective way to put some fish into the boat. But then later on in the morning, once I got tired of dragging jigs around, I started rigging, covering some water with some bottom bouncers and spinning rigs. And so this is kind of the main player in this video with some fish catches is these little smile blades on slow death rigs. Always good. And one thing I was playing around with was plastic worms on there. So normally I just use a lot of night crawlers, live bait, but recently I started diving into some plastics and putting some plastics on these rigs. It seems like these Zoom worms do really well. So it's like, this is a finesse worm from Zoom. I've got this in this color with the chartreuse tail and June bug. And I've also got some of these shaky head worms. All three of these, kind of those styles, trick worms, the finesse worms, the shaky head worm, all three of those, you just get yourself a little chunk, put it on that slow death hook, and it seems to do just as good, at least right now in this video. And when I was fishing, it seemed like the plastic versus the live bait, they couldn't really, I couldn't tell if they had a preference for one or the other. So one thing I did notice, and something that I want to continue doing is fishing with these plastics, is you're able, if you're on fish and you're catching them and they're hitting the plastics, you're going to be in the water fishing more than you would with live bait, just because you're able to get rebaited, get your rig, you know, straightened out, make everything look good, put it back in and catch another fish way faster than ripping that old crawler off, putting that new crawler on. So it seems like these plastics just save a lot of time, and just depends on the day, but some days, you know, it's just as effective as if you were using a live bait. All right, one more thing I want to touch on is rod and reel online, just because some of you guys might be curious. Right now, this time of year, you can get away with using kind of a lot of different things. So if you're bottom bouncing, just use a medium heavy bait casting rod like you would for like all of your bass stuff. This is a 7'1" medium fast action. Really basic jig rod for walleye. If you can find something in that 7-foot range, medium action, fast or extra fast, this one's a St. Croix, but they're great rods for the application. This one in particular, though, it seems like it'll be better suited for some heavier duty stuff with some heavier swim baits and jig and wraps and things like that. It just seems like this rod's got a lot more beef to it, and it's snappy and whippy. I don't know. This rod, it's a good jig rod. I like my Fenwick a little bit better, but 2000, 2500 series. This one's a 25. I got 2000 on the others. 10-pound Suffix 832 high vis braided line, and then I usually do 10-pound, or I've got some 17-pound fluoro. It just depends on if we're in rocks or mud or sand or something. These zebra mussels in these lakes will just chew through your leader so fast. So having that makes a big difference. But that's all the gear I really wanted to go through with this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to leave me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. And if you're interested in going on a fishing trip with me, go ahead and shoot me a message. Let's get you a date figured out and hit the water together. Got that walleye chop today. 2 in the live well. We haven't been on the water very long at all. Seems like they want to play today. Boat flip. This one could be a keeper. Oh, don't do that. Nala, stop. 14er. See you later, pal. Here we go. This one feels a little better. There we go. Oh, nuts. That's why I use a nut, Josh. He choked that thing. Give it a couple more casts and we'll start drifting again. Boom. I saw that fish on side imaging. Love it. Golly. When you get dialed in with your electronics like that, man, you just can't beat it. Feels like a decent walleye. Might be a keeper. Or a drum. Yeah, go figure. At least give me my crawler back. Thank you. Go ahead. Hopefully that's a walleye and not another drum. Okay, feels like it might be a walleye. I haven't seen him yet. Oh yeah. This one might be a keeper. Nala, I know you have a toy at home that looks like a walleye, and that was probably a terrible decision on my part. Stop it. Come on. Please be the magic number I'm looking for. Ah, it is. Let's go. There's 3. Okay. I've got a bite really dialed in right now. So, this is encouraging. I've caught some really awesome walleye right here. And I'm hoping that it continues. Seems like these walleye are up shallow here feeding. So I'd like to make sure all this is good to go. Kind of testing to see if they want a plastic or if they want a crawler. I've caught them on both, so that's Always nice. There we go. It's another great walleye. Oh, we're tearing them up. Chartreuse with the crawler seems to be the ticket. Oh man, he wanted that thing. No, you're always in the way, buddy. I should probably take a couple pictures, eh? I love it when that happens. You think you lose them, but they just come back for more. Oh yeah, it's another good one. I don't know if this one would eat, but nope, definitely not. This fish has a swim bait in its throat. You'd think he'd learn. You're tearing them up. This one was on a plastic. There we go, another one. Gonna have some happy clients tomorrow. Especially, whoa, 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 stop. I think this got a fish on it. Another little walleye. Another one. All right, I'm gonna check another spot for tomorrow. This is definitely gonna be a winner, especially since we're gonna have a very similar wind. So that'll wrap up today's video. Dialed in the bite towards the end of the morning. Had an awesome time on the water, caught tons of fish. I didn't film everything, just filmed when the fishing was really good, when I had it kind of dialed in. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.